I lost a good friend
I
over
know.
the weekend.
I know you did.
I lost a good friend. Obviously, you saw the news that Larry King passed over the weekend. He was battling a lot of things later in life. He was just a fighter, a champ. I mean, the guy was so strong, and he was the one I looked up to so much about live broadcasting, because he basically did a radio show on TV. You know, he started in radio, and he took that concept to CNN, to television, took phone calls, and did that live show, which was, in its day, the place to be, to go, to make news. And I met him. It's funny how I met him. I met him, I don't know, 20 years ago in an airport. And I was such a big fan. And you know, if you see someone famous, we don't know what to do. Like, do you say anything? Do you not say anything?
No, I never say anything.
I couldn't help it, because I was like a giddy kid. And he was going through TSA with his wife, Sean. And I was on American Idol one season, right? So I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, Mr. King, I just want you to know I was nervous. My heart was pounding. I am a huge, huge fan of what you do. And Sean nudged, he's like, okay, thank you, kid. Sean nudges him and says, he hosts a TV show in the States, you know, it was brand new. And he says, oh, you do TV? I said, yeah. He goes, is it live? I said, it is live. He said, and I'm your idol? I said, yes, you are. He said, then carry my bags. So I carried these he took 25 hardback books with him when he traveled. So I carried 2 Louis Vuitton bags of books. And Sean says, you know, I'm going to go shopping. Why don't you guys go get to know each other in the lounge?
And then you can carry those bags as well.
Exactly right. Because you know my strength. So we sit in the lounge and we begin to talk. And, you know, I told him I started in the radio. And that was our real first bond, because he was such a radio lover. And we got on the flight, Cal, and we continued to talk and get to know each other. He has an incredible sense of humor. He's very impatient. I mean, if you go to dinner with him, which we did often, and you got there at 6:01, what happened? You know, in that 1 minute,
right,
you're late. And so at the end of the flight, he came up to my seat and he said, hey, I'm going on vacation next week. Would you fill in for me on CNN? And I mean, I was so nervous. I couldn't believe it. But that was the guy he was. I mean, he just was such a generous, loving, nice guy.
And so did you fill in?
I did.
You did.
I was terrified. I came to New York. I filled in. And then since I filled in many times over the years, and we would do these regular dinners with our mutual friend Kurt on the weekends a lot, right? And I just, you know, Larry was married several times, but he would give me relationship advice. And I said, excuse me, Larry, just with all due respect.
Right.
Not so sure you're the one to be giving me relationship advice. But there's the 3 of us at one of our monthly dinners. Actually, that was here. That was the night it snowed. Remember, it snowed that one night years ago? We were at, what's that place?
It snowed that one night years ago?
One night.
Guys?
The one night I was here, it snowed. What was that? What's that restaurant you like that's upstairs, downstairs? The table that we always get upstairs? It's famous. Four Seasons?
The Four Seasons.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The grill. Yeah, we took him to the grill.
Oh, that's so nice.
We took him to the grill, and he said to me, hey, you know, I really like those jeans. And so...
Did you take them off and give him the jeans off your legs?
It's Larry King. I stripped down. I said, take the jeans. No, I got him the jeans, and I sent him to his house, and he called me immediately, and he said, thanks for the jeans, but I got a problem. I said, what's the problem? He says, these are button fly. At my age, I got to have a zipper. When you got to go, you got to go. And then he said, if you don't mind putting buttons on for my suspenders as well, when you take the jeans back.
Did you make these your pants yourself?
No, I got them from
Were these from the Seacrest collection?
I got them from the jean people, but you know, I had to take them back to get a zipper because he couldn't do the buttons. It takes a long time. And he was clear to tell me that, and he would tell you that too. So I don't know how well you knew him, but he was a family member.
I didn't know him at all. Mark and I, one time, were interviewed by him in New York when he was still at CNN. But he was in LA. So we
Yes,
were in the New York studio, and he was in LA.
It's Satellite. He had
and we
three
were in
studios.
Satellite. And it was so funny because I couldn't. Something was wrong with my IFB. So I was listening to him through Mark's IFB because his voice was very booming.
Yeah.
So I luckily,
You could hear.
I could hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
But it was really, it was fascinating. I always had thought that he was in New York. I didn't realize that he
had
I guess,
three studios,
back and
DC, New York, and LA. And he, what he was the master of? Because I did ask him a lot of questions about his work, and he didn't do too much prep because he wanted to be curious and ask the questions that were on his mind. And he was the best at asking simple, short-worded, precise questions that were the right questions. You know?
Yeah, I think there's something to that, to having a conversation. People don't have them anymore, and I think that probably what he detested is that carefully prepared, pre-written, rehearsed, same questions that every celebrity goes when they have to package something or market something. You see the same interview over and over again, and he probably hated that. He
told me he's not the star, so he didn't want to talk too much. It was about the guests, and so it wasn't about him asking these, 4-sentence lead-up questions. It was just simple, succinct questions. But he also was like a stand-up comedian. I mean, he did stand-up, basically, when he would go out and host events, and was very, very, very funny. And at a wedding of my friends, we did the toast, and he came over and he gave me a kiss on the lips. I mean, it was like, we were both there alone, so he felt
and then what happened?
Well, that I can't tell you, but I know about his genes, and he kept them on. But he just had so many layers. So I know I go on and on, but he really meant a lot to so many people, and he will be missed and forever loved as one of the greats.